An amazing turn of events that has enraptured the globe tonight. We'll have reaction from our Washington delegates and from our governor. We'll also hear from some Wyoming soldiers who have just returned from Iraq and those who will leave soon. But first, let's start with an update of this historic day from Stacey Case in Washington. Also surprised to not hear a peep, not an email, phone call, or fax from Reverend Fred Phelps out of Kansas, who may have instigated this whole issue. So
I guess you could say the sit-down has turned into a stand-up. There's still about 30 to 40 kids braving the cold temperatures.
A great thing, I promise. I tried to find more supporting the fake side of things. There just weren't too many to be found. Many folks I spoke with pointed towards an incident 6 months ago when 30 to 35 people were laid off. That had actually given people a sense of confidence, thinking the cuts were over. Unfortunately, today they found out otherwise.
Sales are down a little bit.
Yeah, John, they're not where they want to be right now. Officials are hoping that walk-up sales tomorrow really boost the attendance here.
I think George Harrison of the Beatles might have summed it up best when he said in the song Taxman, "Let me tell you how it will be, 1 for you, 19 for me."
Well, Bob, in theory, this new plan could allow as many as 3 pay raises for state employees. That's pretty far-fetched, but for many state workers, it could be a breath of fresh air, especially considering the aforementioned freeze. Now, the governor is requesting $22.4 million to launch.
Yeah, 666.
That was the scene just moments after Ivan Hank confessed to a shocked courtroom that he had killed his 4-year-old son, Brendan Gonzalez.
We got it. Brendan was the Antichrist. I killed him. Keep your mouth shut. Guys, keep your mouth shut.
Brendan's mother, Rebecca, could be heard crying outside the courtroom almost immediately. An amazing turn of events that police hope leads to the body of Brendan.
Boy, you know, in my 18 years, I've never seen anything like that. I don't know if it's a confession or not. I mean, there's a lot of details we'd like to hear, we'd like to put together, and obviously the recovery of Brendan is very important to us.
Plattsmouth police are now being extra careful to make sure nothing slips through the cracks.
This is something that I don't think any of us have seen, and trying to figure out exactly how to tread on this and tread so that we don't jeopardize any future charges if we get to that point.
John, I think I can safely say that every person in the courtroom was taken by surprise by what happened this afternoon, because up to the sentencing, things had gone completely by the book. He was very quiet, Mr. Hank was. Then as soon as I stood up to leave and grabbed my camera, he started to yell, and the rest is history.
Andy, what has law enforcement done with Hank since today's outburst?
Well, he still has not been charged with anything else. He is in custody based on the sentencing he received today. He's at a year for that on unrelated charges. Our own Holly Wagner just spoke to Chief Paulson up in Plattsmouth, and he said Hank hasn't said a word since the outburst today, and just overall the officials are being very, very, very cautious to make sure future charges do hold up.